Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Arevik, the founder of Channel Group. In this video, I'm going to share with you 9 key differences between Alibaba.com and 1688.com. So if this topic is relevant to you and you are sourcing from either of these platforms, then make sure to watch this video till the end. And without further ado, let's jump in. The first key difference between Alibaba.com and 1688.com is their business hours. Since 1688.com is oriented towards China sales, therefore their sales team's representatives will be responding to your messages during Chinese business hours. And in contrast, the supplier's representatives on Alibaba.com, in most of the cases, they would be available 24/7. Because they are oriented towards overseas exports, and in most of the cases they would be available within North and South America and Europe's business hours. The second key difference between Alibaba.com and 1688.com is the language ability of the sales team's representative. The sales team's representative that you find on 1688.com would be speaking Chinese with little to no knowledge of English whatsoever. In some cases, the sales team representative would be speaking a little English, or they would be trying to make an effort and try to translate their messages through Google Translate and talk to you like this, but forget about phone calls. And Alibaba's sales team's representatives don't contrast too much on this point with 1688.com. Yes, the sales team's representatives on Alibaba.com are expected to speak better English, and yes, they do speak better English because they are oriented towards overseas sales, right? However, their English is still quite limited, so don't expect them to speak fluent English, and don't expect the native speaker level. The third key difference between Alibaba.com and 1688.com is the documentation. Since 1688.com is oriented towards China sales, therefore all of the product-related documents would be in Chinese. For example, product manual, product infographics, product description, all of the test reports and other product-related documents, even packaging, will be in Chinese. One more very important point is that all the import documents that you will need in order to import the product into your country will be also in Chinese. For example, the invoice, the packing list, the test reports, etc. All of these documents that you will require in order to clear your goods when you import them into your country will be also in Chinese. Therefore, before starting cooperation with a fully Chinese supplier, make sure that they can provide you English versions of the documents. And in contrast, Alibaba.com suppliers have this problem solved. They are oriented towards export, therefore they have all of the documents in English. The fourth key difference between Alibaba.com and 1688.com is the certifications. Since suppliers on 1688.com are oriented towards sales in China market, in most of the cases, they don't have international standard certifications. Alibaba, on the other hand, have this problem solved. Always remember, before ordering your products from China, make sure to check the necessary certificates and the list of the documents that you would need in order to clear those products into your country. For example, for some products that you import into US, you would need an FDA certificate. And for some products that you import into Europe, in most of the cases, it's a CE certificate. Now we're slowly moving to our key difference number 5, which is export license. Currently, most of the suppliers on 1688.com have the problem of export license solved already, because for the past several years, a lot of overseas buyers have been coming to them and requesting an export of the goods directly from them. So just make sure that the suppliers that you find on 1688.com have the export license before starting your cooperation. But don't forget, even if they don't, you can always cooperate with a trading company. In Chinese, it's called 贸易公司, and export the products through them with a little percent from the transaction. And in some cases, the trading company might even do the export for you for free when they consider that your order value is big enough for them. Therefore, check with the trading company that you're exporting your goods through, and maybe they will do the service for you for free. And since we are comparing 1688.com to Alibaba.com, I think it's quite obvious that the suppliers on Alibaba.com have this problem solved for themselves. And actually, in one of my previous videos, I have talked about the 4 types of suppliers that you can find on Alibaba.com. And one of the supplier type that I talked about is actually a direct manufacturer with its own registered trading company. And the export license is actually one of the key reasons why a direct manufacturer would consider to register a trading company under their own name. The key difference number 6 between Alibaba.com and the 1688.com is the payment system. Alibaba.com has an international escrow service, which is called Trade Assurance, for the transactions completed within the platform, which means that the payment that you send to your supplier is not directly transferred to your supplier. It is freezed by the Alibaba and only released after you confirm the receipt of the product and you confirm that you're satisfied with the product. Only then the Alibaba releases this money and pays to your supplier. 1688, on the other hand, doesn't have this service for international transactions. They have this service only available for within China transactions. Therefore, when you do business with suppliers from 1688.com, you would need to transfer your money directly to them, and it can be quite risky if you don't know how to find Chinese suppliers and how to choose Chinese suppliers on B2B platforms. Therefore, please be careful. The key difference number 7 is the product quality. 1688.com suppliers provide way better quality than those on Alibaba.com. I know you're quite shocked right now, but let me explain. The 1688.com suppliers are oriented towards in China sales, right? And the competition between suppliers in China is quite real and getting tougher and tougher every year. Therefore, each supplier is trying to provide better and better product quality to the consumers, to win the consumers. Therefore, the consumers' expectations of the product quality is growing year by year. Therefore, the suppliers that are producing goods for China sales, they simply don't produce bad quality products. Alibaba.com suppliers don't face this kind of competition, and sometimes when they send bad quality products overseas, they don't even face the penalties. I have seen clients who ordered from Alibaba.com and received back in their country the products that they were not expecting. Even if it was a little misunderstanding between them and the supplier, those products are doomed and you have nothing to do but to throw them away, because sending back those products to China for the supplier to change it doesn't make sense, because the logistics would be quite costly. It's just easier to place another order. Now we're moving to our key difference number 8 between Alibaba.com and 1688.com, which is price. Suppliers on 1688.com offer lower prices than those on Alibaba.com. In one of my previous videos, I have actually compared the same product on Alibaba.com and 1688.com, and the prices that were provided on 1688 were way lower than those on Alibaba.com. And now we are slowly moving to our key difference number 9 between Alibaba.com and 1688.com, which is supplier variety. Many of you miss out on the wide variety of direct manufacturers that 1688.com has to offer. From my personal experience, I can tell you that 80% of the very good direct manufacturers are registered on 1688.com and are not registered on Alibaba.com. Therefore, if you're serious about your China sourcing business, 1688.com is one of the best B2B platforms for you to expand your suppliers list. One more key point about the suppliers on 1688.com is that there are not so many trading companies on 1688.com. The reason is because this platform is oriented towards China sales, and in China, B2B platform is actually a B2B platform. The businesses want to buy from the direct manufacturers. Therefore, the Chinese businessmen, they do big business with direct manufacturers. There is simply no opportunity for trading companies on this platform, not like on Alibaba.com. One of the key reasons why Alibaba.com has more trading companies and less direct manufacturers compared to 1688.com is that the overseas sales most of the time in lower quantities, and for the buyers to be interested, the suppliers has to offer quite a big variety of the products. Therefore, in this kind of cases, it is better to cooperate with a trading company because they have to offer a big variety of the products. And it's also beneficial for the buyers, especially buyers who are just starting out, because they can place lower order quantity and order big variety of the products. Those were the 9 key differences between Alibaba.com and 1688.com. Always remember to choose your B2B platform that you're searching your Chinese supplier on wisely and according to your business needs. Well, that's it for today's video. Thank you for sticking with me till the end. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Click that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!